All right, guys, I have SunDej on for a live strategy call. We last talked in August, so I just want you to tell the people who are listening, what have you pretty much accomplished since the last time we talked?
Whew, where do I even start? Okay. So after our first call is when I first started publishing my journals. And the journals were an idea I had for a really long time. And really, that's all I expected to learn from you was how to make my journals. And that's it. But afterwards, I joined your group. I published my first book, which has nothing to do with my niche that I'm in. Just something, just a passion project of mine that I've just
Yeah.
been holding in my heart for a long time. So since then, I have over 100 journals on Amazon. I published my first ebook. It's now on paperback. Um, I've been able to kind of niche down a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, and I've also just been able to attract more of the people who are aligned with what I am all about, which is scripting and manifestation and a law of attraction. So I really don't feel like I just did justice all the
Yeah.
things that I've learned just from working from you, not just with the call, but afterwards in the group. But there's just so much I could literally talk for hours about it.
Well, that's good to hear, especially like you having 100 journals now, and then having your ebook, and it was just based off a little challenge that I did in a group, and now you have it in paperback format. So congratulations to you,
Thank you. I
because
also want
that's
to mention.
awesome.
I was gonna say too. I also created my own course, which started
Okay.
with the group challenge. So that's something that I'm really proud of. That people are really interested in, and I've made some sales from. So the beautiful thing about it is it's something that I really do love and enjoy, and can teach people without necessarily working one on one, or give people who need more flexibility but also still want to learn the information without like having to sit down for a week at a certain
Yeah.
time, or just have that flexibility. So like I said, there are so many things that I've done just from taking that first step of having the call for my journals.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people get stuck on, like that first step. And I think like once you get over that hump of the idea of fear or it being scary and you do it, the feeling that comes with the accomplishments just kind of pushes you to just do more in your business. So again, I am super proud of you,
Thank
with
you.
everything that you're doing. And the group we keep referring to is, it's now closed, but I do have like I guess I would say like a new group that's just based on building support. And SunDej also found her an accountability partner
Yes, the
after,
wisdom group.
yeah, after the podcast that I did with Jasmine. So again, she's continuing to be able to reap the benefits of being connected in my book and business tribe. So I want to ask you now, are you having any struggles in your business that I can help you with today?
Yeah, so one of the things I've been struggling with the most is trying to figure out where do I need to focus my time, because
Hmm.
a lot of the classes that I've taken all like they push Instagram so heavy. Like
Yeah.
everybody's on Instagram, that's where your tribe is, and I have like connected with a lot of people on there, but it hasn't been the same. I kind of been neglecting my YouTube channel because that's where a lot of people found me, and I think that once I got into like the business side of things, and learning about coaching and all these things that I want to add to my
Yeah.
YouTube, I don't know if it's just distraction or just lack of focus or maybe both. But
Yeah.
everybody was just saying, the business guru that I've been learning from Instagram is where you need to be. And I found that even when I am posting like consistently on my stories or on my feed, um, it's not the same type of community. So I
Yeah.
want to, since I haven't been on my YouTube channel as much, I want to reconnect with my community there,
Hmm.
and to see, I guess, if I am, if I do continue to use Instagram to connect with my tribe, to figure out maybe another way to do it, or if YouTube can maybe just be a funnel. That's where my struggle is.
Yeah.
Like, where do I need to focus my time and how? You know?
So I get exactly what you're saying, because at one point I felt like Instagram was thriving for me as well. And then I also realized that a lot of people found me from YouTube. And I'm not going to say you need to focus your time on one or the other, but find a schedule that works for you. I'm to the point where if I post on Instagram at least twice a week and maybe engage for a few hours, I did something. So it's not about how much, but I did show up. If I post on YouTube at least consistently for 5 days, but I pre-planned those videos and they're all scheduled, I still showed up even though I wasn't present. Like it wasn't a live video. They were pre-recorded, but they were scheduled. So therefore that would take out some of like that time. So you have like this week, I'm focusing on content. So I'm doing videos and podcast interviews and all of that. So if I decided to focus on only video content this week and I deleted the social media apps off of my phone,
Oh,
everything
okay.
is scheduled. But I have so much content that I'm recording. When I do download the apps back on Friday, I have content to publish. So it's kind of like you miss me, but you really didn't miss me because now I get to show you what I was doing all week. And a lot of people will find you on YouTube because it's like a forever, just a forever funnel, like you said, of content of your videos, and it's there forever. And I do hear a lot of people say that, is consistency looks different for everyone. If
Mm-hmm.
you show up once a week and that's all that you can commit to, that's consistent. And someone will look back and say, "Oh wow, well she posted a video every week." And to them, you showed up and you were consistent, so they can trust that you'll continue to be there. And everybody always push that. You got to do so much at one time. You just got to go, go, go. When in reality, you actually just have to do what's best for you and the amount that you can do with the time that you have. So I would do it like that. Figure out what's comfortable for you. If it's posting once a week and then just logging on to read comments and comments to other people, do that. And I was like, I don't ever want to tell people anymore, like, this is what you have to do to be successful. Because in reality, and I think what we're all finding out is it's not. Because we want to say, oh, social media is so perfect. Everybody's so perfect. But it's the people now who are being super transparent and real about what's going on who are starting to just supersede everyone else because it's authentic and more people can relate. More people can relate that we have kids. And like you just said, you just had an incident right before this and you
Right.
still showed up. But and I'm like, girl, do you want to still record? And you're like, no, I'm fine. But like that's relatable because I understand. So, we just when people say live in your truth, there a lot of people aren't living in that truth.
Yeah.
But I sleep good at night knowing that I'm my authentic self. So so
Yeah.
how does that feel for you? Does that feel more does that like lift a weight up off your shoulder?
It
Um
does.
yeah.
It definitely does because I feel like everybody's saying you got to be everywhere at all
Mhm.
times, and if you don't know how, you better figure it out.
Yeah.
Because that's where it started. I was saying like I was posting two, three, 4 times a day on Instagram, and then getting burned out because people weren't responding or engaging. And
Yep.
I'm like, are they really receiving this? Like, is this the right way to go about it?
Mhm.
And then also trying to show up on YouTube. So it's like, okay, I'll be over here for a few days, but then I got this over here, and then I have a Facebook group. It's like all these things that I'm trying to do, and I
Yeah.
can't be everywhere at once. But I really like I never thought about what you were saying. To that consistency looks different for everybody.
Absolutely.
And once I was doing all of this work, and feeling like I wasn't making the connection that I wanted to, that's when I was like, well, maybe I need to rearrange my time or spread it
Mhm.
out, because like you said, what looks like what your consistency is, will look different for me or for the next person. So that's really powerful for me. If I walked away with nothing else from this call, that would be like it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a challenge trying to balance all of these things too. And as you were talking, I was thinking about my first live, like when I was in the group that you had before. That was the first time I ever went live. I never
Yeah.
thought I needed to.
Now you go live
And
all the
all
time.
the time, yeah. I one day a couple of weeks ago, I went live. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I was like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing?
Yes.
What's going on? Tell me, how you doing? So, and people really like that. They like to
Mhm.
see me not coming just to teach or to give out information, but just to see who are you?
Yep.
What do you do? My kids were running around. I'm like, so sorry. They're making noise. One of them sat on my lap and was like, hey. They like that because a lot of
Yeah.
moms who are watching can relate to.
Mhm.
So,
And that's exactly how you kind of just beat the odds of, like, a few months ago I was scared to do this, and now I do it without thinking about it. So, you just knock down another barrier that you need to get over, and to just be able to connect in a different way. And sometimes, like, not knowing what to talk about when you go live, it is a little scary, but like when you just have that calling over your life of just being able to connect with people and genuinely want to talk, I mean,
yeah.
it comes natural. So, and of course, you have a beautiful spirit anyway. So I think it's natural that people would, navigate towards you. And then as you continue to grow in your business, you've already sprinkled your goodness all over the internet. So you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you have your own Facebook group, and you're on Facebook, and then you're connecting with other business owners. So people will also just watch.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact that people just watch because sometimes we'll send that one email, and then we'll probably get a response from somebody that we had no clue was even on our email list, but they'll tell us how powerful that one email is. And sometimes it only takes one thing for one person to connect to you, and then it kind of opens them up to feeling, more confident. They're probably watching and just waiting for that one keyword or that one topic that you talk about that, strikes a chord inside of them for them to be able to react and reach out and pay for your services or buy your journal or just follow you on Instagram, because people watch. People love to watch people.
Yeah. We nosy.
Yes, we are very nosy.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else that you may need any advice on right now before we end this live strategy call?
Yeah, so I would say something else that I've been thinking a lot about is finding out what products are right for my audience.
Hmm.
Um, so I I just kind of started putting different things out to see what people kind of gravitate towards.
Yeah.
And so one of my most popular videos is on how I use scripting for to manifest my dream job.
Hmm.
And people are always curious about that, but they don't ask like specific questions. One person did ask, well, what did you do? How did you write? And I talked about it in the video, but they still were confused. So I put a free script, like the script that I use, on
Yeah.
there for people to go and download, and they can fill it in themselves if they want to use it, like the company they're trying to work for, the amount, and all of that.
I
And
like
that's
that.
been people been downloading it. It's not something
Yeah.
that I would have thought about
Hmm.
putting out there for people to
Yeah.
consume, but it's been helpful. So, but I also think about the grand scheme of things. Like you can do all types of digital products, but not necessarily all digital products will work well for your audience. So,
Yes.
like I said, that one is something that worked well. The course is something that worked well, but also just figuring out like what other, how to identify what would be best for your audience.
Yeah.
If that
So
makes sense.
I always say when people are asking you for stuff, and I think you already identified that scripting seems to be one of the biggest thing. And is that what you niche down to?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
too within that, I'm curious like if that's too neat down or, but that's just a side note.
I think it is because a lot of people talk about manifestation, and then they talk about scripting in between that. But I don't think I know a lot of people who focus only on scripting. So if you niche down and say you help people to change their mindset when it comes to scripting, or you teach people how to write their own scripts, just something like that would be super niche down, because that's
Yeah,
all you would focus on. You would either help teach or help people create their own script for manifestation. So doing that will niche you down and again set you apart. And I think, like I said, you already kind of have it because that's what people are coming to you for more often now. So I would probably just sprinkle more things catered to scripting on your channel. More ways to talk about it. Talk about how you got into the mindset of what did you need to write? How do the words flow? Do you meditate before you do it? Do you light a candle? Is it a certain scent? Is there a certain type of music? You can even create a playlist if you don't already have one that kind of gets you in the mood. And I think Spotify has the playlist, and probably Apple too, that you can share, with your followers and say, hey, this is my scripting playlist. These are some of the songs that I listen to. And, you share it, and maybe one day you can share exactly why you chose that song. So from that one thing, do you see how many things that you could create in that like one day you can actually write this down and brain dump all of these different ideas just from thinking about how you just get in the mindset of scripting, then also push your journals. So you do a good job of already showing them and showing people you writing in them, and you do your challenges, which is amazing. So, you're just taking it to the next level because people are watching, and I'm sure they're selling because it's also a big category right now, and more people are getting into manifestation and scripting and just seeing angel numbers. So I think you're on the right path. Just slowly scale, test, and if it doesn't work, it's okay. You tried. But I wouldn't scrap it all the way because sometimes something that didn't work in January, it could be a hit in April. So, I'm always down for revisiting something, saying, okay, maybe the right people weren't here in January, but now it's coming back up. So let me try to, put it out there again in April and see if someone will be able to benefit from this. So I never completely throw things away. I just revisit them at a different time because timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's everything. Okay. Yeah, that's something I was wondering a lot about because I was like, I've noticed more people, like you said, are talking about manifestation, but I
Hmm.
don't know. People maybe don't understand. So I think as you were talking about that, I got a lot of ideas. So I'm definitely gonna do a
Yeah.
brain dump.
And do the blank check too. I did it and I got a
Okay.
lot of downloads from that. So I think that really works because it's like this visual thing that people have. So do the blank check, do it with all, your logo and stuff and your brand colors on there, and make it available for download. Hell, you can do it for $1 and make some
Yeah.
coins from it. But
Yeah.
hey, you got to start somewhere. So I think doing that and just adding that extra little bonus, because sometimes somebody wants the paid stuff, but then they also want the free stuff. So always stagger your, price. You have a little bit of free, you have a little bit of low cost, and then you have your high end. So if someone says, oh, well, I really want to do the coaching program, but it's not in my budget. All right, look, I have this $19 course on XYZ. Or, hey, I know you're not ready yet, but go ahead and check out this free scripting guide that might work for you. And then maybe we can circle back around. And that's always good because once you get their email, what can you do? You can follow up. Hey, I see that you downloaded the scripting in January of 2020. I'm just circling back around and see if you're ready for some coaching now. And then that's just how you can represent your products and see what level they're on at that point. See, even get a review. See if it worked for them. What were they able to manifest from that? So it's always
Okay.
good to kind of circle back.
Yes, I love that. Oh my goodness, I feel so much peace and clarity.
That's good.
Yeah, but those the main questions I had you hit on. How to show up on different platforms and be consistency. That's something I have to go within and figure out
Hmm.
what that looks like. Um, how to create better products for my audience and just like you said, paying more attention to the questions that they have, the things that they're already interested in, and seeing
Yep.
different ways to share that. So I feel good. I feel like I'm ready to go out and conquer.
Yes, you got this. You got this. So I just want you to tell everyone where they can find you in these internet streets. Share your website, share how they can find your course and your YouTube channel and Instagram.
Okay, so I'm SunDej. You can find my journals, my courses, everything on my website at www.thesundej.com. You can find me on Instagram at the_SunDej, and my YouTube channel is SunDej. So come chat with me, connect with me, and I can't wait to hear from you guys.
All right. So thank you again for joining me on this live strategy call. And thank you guys for listening. So until next time.